5 years in the NBA, and aside from his basketball ability, Luka Doncic's conditioning has always been a major talking point. Going overweight and being out of shape in the offseason has been told to affect his skills on the court. In any case, a recent picture of Luka on the internet this offseason shows Luka in the best shape of his NBA career to date. So join me as I go over everything we know about Luka Doncic's weight loss. Amazing ability, but weight concerns. Coming into the league, Luka Doncic compared himself to Ben Simmons because of the versatility of his game. But 5 years in the NBA, he has established himself as not only one of the top international players, but also one of the best players in the league. After all, in 4 of his 5 seasons in the league, he has finished top 10 in the NBA MVP voting. Nonetheless, while his ability and skills as a basketball player have never been a concern, Luka's offseason shenanigans have. Ahead of the first game in the 2022 NBA Western Conference Finals Series, a picture was taken of the Slovenian superstar allegedly drinking beer. While the Mavericks strongly denied that it was a recent photo at the time, NBA reporter Tim McMahon refuted the team's claim, claiming that the photo was shot the night before the game. There were also photos of Luka smoking a hookah on his vacation in Greece during the 2021 offseason. Obviously, he wouldn't be the first superstar to smoke, as Michael Jordan was believed to enjoy a cigar before every home game when he was at the peak of his talents with the Chicago Bulls. However, unlike Jordan, smoking could shorten Luka's career and compromise the conditioning he surprisingly lacks. The 24-year-old guard, listed at 6'7" and 230 pounds, once returned to training camp from the offseason 30 pounds above his ideal playing weight in back-to-back seasons. That was not a nice look for the Dallas Mavericks franchise player, and it was especially bad for a player of his caliber. Speaking about his weight gain for the 2021-2022 NBA season, Luka said, "I had a long summer. I had the Olympics, took 3 weeks off, and I relaxed a little bit. Maybe too much. I've just got to get back on track." Surprisingly, he averaged 28.4 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 8.7 assists in 65 games that season, leading the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors, where he averaged 32 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 6 assists in a 4-1 loss. Whatever the case, coming into the 2022-2023 season, Luka returned to camp in his best shape yet. So what happened? Luka's performance in 2022-2023. Coming into the 2022-2023 season, Luka Doncic looked thinner than the 2 seasons before. In that 2022-23 season, he averaged a career-high 32.4 points on 49.6% shooting. The Dallas Mavericks point guard was the league's second-best scorer, after Joel Embiid. Aside from that, he averaged 8 assists, 8.6 rebounds, and 1.4 steals per game. However, despite his individual success, the Mavericks had a disappointing season, finishing in 11th place in the Western Conference with a 38-44 record, missing out on the playoffs. Surprisingly, Luka's physique was also a factor in the Mavs' poor season. Despite being leaner, Luka was still running out of gas towards the end of games. When the fourth quarter came in, Luka was always exhausted and wasn't closing out games like he used to in the past. Per the fourth quarter of last season, he averaged 5.8 points, ranking 24th in the NBA. His field goal percentage likewise falls from 49.1% in the third quarter to 46.3% in the fourth quarter. His defensive competence was also inconsistent, and all of this was down to his conditioning, which was affecting not only him, but also the team's play style. As the season continued, Luka, who had started the season leaner, grew bigger, and when playing with Kyrie Irving, it became clear that his weight and lack of conditioning were influencing the team's tempo of play. In any case, he was heavily criticized for his lack of fitness by many, particularly fans and former NBA stars. Criticism for weight gain. Despite Luka's outstanding career-high season in 2022-2023, the Slovenian guard's weight was questioned throughout the season, and Basketball Hall of Famer Reggie Miller was the loudest of his critics. After the Dallas Mavericks missed out on the 2023 playoffs, the former Indiana Pacers player explicitly told Luka to look in the mirror, as he needs to be in better shape because he is slowing the Mavericks' play. According to Miller, the Mavericks need to run more and are having difficulties doing so with Luka on the court. He observed that when Luka was out and Kyrie took over, they were much better and played well when they played more quicker. Miller stated that the Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd wants his team to play faster and put more pressure on the opposing team, but when Luka is out there, they can't play fast. This isn't the first time Reggie Miller has criticized Luka's weight gain, as he criticized the Mavericks guard of being overweight and walking laboriously on the court in 2021. "Right now, I see Luka Doncic heavier than ever. "I know he's had a long summer with the Olympics, but look at how he's up and down," Reggie said. At the time, Reggie explained that Luka was already a superstar and as such, he should do better with his weight and defense. Former NBA center Kendrick Perkins was also critical of Luka's weight and how it affects his gameplay and that of the team in the 2022-2023 season. Perkins explained that Luka will consistently give you 30, 8, and 9 points, but fans are fooled by that because in most games, he is leaving the team hanging with his lack of defensive effort, which is also a consequence of his lack of fitness. Interestingly, Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, was once critical of Luka's weight gain, but he revealed he trusted him to know what to do. Later in 2022, when Luka Doncic's performance improved, Cuban told reporters that the criticism humbled Luka a little as he didn't appreciate being called out for his weight. According to Mark Cuban, there is a certain level of discipline required for a franchise player like Luka, and now he is living up to it. While Cuban was impressed with Luka's recovery at the time, it appears that he and the Mavericks front office recently had a serious discussion concerning the guard's playing weight for the 2023-2024 season. Mavericks on Luka Doncic playing weight. According to Tim Cato of The Athletic, the Mavs executive office reportedly had a long chat with Luka Doncic about potentially reducing his playing weight for the 2023-24 season. Concerns regarding his playing weight came from the fact that, despite Luka's excellent stats last season, his fluctuating fitness has caused him to get exhausted late in games at times. In addition, despite not suffering any severe injuries, Luka has only appeared in 66 games at most in a single season over the last 4 seasons. For the Mavs, Luka Doncic staying in shape would also mean increased availability and stamina throughout the regular season. Besides, Luka Doncic's defensive competency is something directly related to his conditioning because his best defensive streak was in the 2020 bubble, which corresponded with the best physical conditioning he possibly ever had. So, the Mavs front office has discussed with the 24-year-old superstar to slim down ahead of the new season. And it appears that he is taking the advice seriously as pictures circulating on the internet showed the Slovenian guard slimmer than he's ever been. Luka is set to feature in the upcoming World Cup with Slovenia, and in recent Instagram stories, he seems to be working really hard to get in the best shape of his career. Matej Erjovic, head of the Slovenian Basketball Federation, even mentioned that Luka is putting in a lot of effort and has never worked this hard during the summer before. Moreover, he is said to have hired a nutritionist and is currently working with a fitness trainer. So, what has Luka Doncic's weight loss strategy been so far? Weight loss plan. Luka Doncic recently discussed his weight loss plans, claiming that he began doing more cardio and weight training to increase endurance and strength, in addition to making changes to his diet. Combining aerobic and strength training, according to the Slovenian guard, has proven to be a successful weight loss method for him over the years. To burn calories, he participates in aerobic exercises such as swimming, running, and walking. For his diet, Luka made sure to change it to include more chicken, vegetables, and rice while minimizing carbs and fats. Luka's mention of chicken and vegetables is helping him in getting more protein, vitamins, and fiber into his diet. He added that he chose chicken as his major source of protein because he dislikes fish. Interestingly, fish is a preferred protein among many NBA stars, except a few, such as James Harden, who, like Luka, has struggled with losing weight. Even NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal, who struggled with his weight before and after retirement, disclosed that his daily diet consisted of chicken, fish, and vegetables to shed 30 pounds and regain abs at the age of 50 for the first time since 2006. In any case, Luka Doncic has so far shown to be more than dedicated to losing weight and improving conditioning this season, and we all might just witness the best version of Luka Doncic yet. What are your thoughts on Luka Doncic's weight loss journey this offseason? Do you believe reducing weight will have an impact on his and the Dallas Mavericks' performance? Let me know in the comment section.